of the very important aspect of JavaScript is JavaScript is not a language like you think. If you're from a C, C++, Java background, there things work the way you think. But JavaScript is not like that. JavaScript is a single-threaded interpreted programming. My simple advice: spend at least good 10 days just for the React JS. Okay, first 5 days you understand the basics by watching Code Evolution channel. Next 5 days you start making. Hello all, welcome back to Uncommon Geeks. Myself Vasanth. I hope you all doing well. In case if you're seeing me first time on the internet, I'm a content creator. I basically make series on interview preparation, and there are a lot of series that I made in the past which has been appreciated by many, and a lot of candidates have cleared their interview by watching my series. Link to the series will be somewhere on the screen, also in the description section. In case if you've not already watched them, I would highly advise please go ahead and check them out. Okay, now without wasting further time, let's get started with the topic of the day, that is how to become React JS developer in 2023. Okay, as this would be my first video in the 2023, and this is one of the very important video, and a lot of people have asked me to make this video, so I'm making. Okay, now so who are all the target audience? Freshers, if you are engineering graduate, BCA graduate, MCA graduate, who are in the pre-final year or the final year, who want to pursue front end as your career, or you're a junior developer who is with 1 year of experience, 6 months to 1 year of experience, you just started your career but not able to align with the front end development, how to start the front end development. Or if you're someone who already have 5 to 6 years of experience but you're in a non-technical domain, for example QA or DevOps, and you're planning to switch into the front end development. So for all of you, I'm giving just a 30-day package. So if you follow this 30-day package for free, you'll be able to master the entire React JS. It's not just, I'm not going to tell you the how to learn React JS. I'm also going to explain how to apply for jobs, which are all the right sites where you can find a job for the fresher. All of those things will be explained in this video in less than 10 to 15 minutes. So please watch the video till the end. Definitely it will be helpful for you. Okay. Now without wasting further time, let me get started with my presentation. Okay. So very important thing is, a lot of people want to become React JS developer and they just start the development learning the React JS by learning the React JS itself. But please don't do that. So 3 out of 10 engineers make this mistake of trying to learn React JS by learning React JS itself. That's not the way to start learning the React JS, because React JS is a framework that is written on top of the JavaScript. The fundamentals are JavaScript, HTML and CSS. If you directly learn the React JS and start building the websites, you can clear some interviews but not all the premium and the good product company interviews. Okay, where the concepts matter more than building something. So I'll give you step-by-step strategy on how to prepare for React, how to learn the React JS. Okay, so the first thing is the roadmap. Okay, so how should be your roadmap? See, this is a 30-day package that I'm telling in 30 days how you can master the React JS. Step by step I'm going to explain. Okay, your roadmap is like this: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, then comes the React JS. Okay, so first 4 entities that you're going to learn are not from React JS itself, directly not the React JS. Okay, let me tell you. So first thing that you need to learn if you want to become web developer or specifically React JS developer is HTML and CSS3, HTML5 and CSS3. Okay, very easy to learn, very straightforward, very difficult to master. A lot of people think HTML CSS are very easy. It's not like that, but basics can be learned by even 10th standard, 8th standard students also, because HTML CSS are very straightforward and they're kind of addictive languages. So whenever you code with HTML and CSS, you kind of feel like you're building something very quickly. Okay, so what are the best resources to learn HTML and CSS3 for absolute beginner? Basically, HTML are something that whatever you see on the web screen, the text, the buttons, all of that are basically HTML. CSS is something that is used to style the HTML by giving the color, border, margin, etc. Okay, now what are the best source for learning the HTML and CSS3 is the first thing that I would always prefer is official documentation, that is mozilla.org. Go to mozilla.org. Okay, I'm just showing you for reference. Okay, how you can learn it. You can go to mozilla.org and just click on the references and you start seeing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, HTTP, all of that. So click on the HTML section here. Okay, and very detailed information about the HTML you get, where they start by explaining how the web works, what is HTML, introduction to HTML, all of that very much in detail. And the same you can do for the CSS also. You just click on CSS and you will be able to see all the CSS information here. And one of the very important aspect is this is a single source of truth. So anything that is a part of developer.mozilla.org, that's the official documentation and that's the source of truth. So try to read as much as possible from here. But I know you guys don't have time. You want to learn things little quickly. Okay, so in such cases you can also watch certain YouTube videos. My official recommendations, the channels that I highly recommend are So programming with Mosh, okay, that particular video I've already kept open here. Programming with Mosh, don't worry, you don't have to note down anything. All this will be, I'll be putting in one GitHub document and share the document in the description section. You can just go and check all the resources. Okay, programming with Mosh, again, one of my favorite tutor. He has tutorials of various different languages, and especially for HTML, he has made a very simple tutorial. If you watch probably 1 hour video, lot of aspects of HTML you'll be able to master. Okay, so CSS3 along with HTML only, he'll be teaching us CSS3. That also you can learn very easily. Okay, definitely with couple of hours of video you will not be able to master HTML and CSS, but you'll be able to learn a good amount of basics. Okay, now, so now after you know HTML and the CSS3, one thing I forgot to explain, the W3 school. Okay, W3 school, as you all know already, it's a way where you can learn something by making. Let's making and learning. So you'll have a link where you can go and practice it. Correct. So for example, you have something called HTML tag list. So where you will, they'll show you a lot of options that are available. What are the options available? What does H1 tag particularly means? You can click on it and you can go to details, and you can change the code on the left hand side and right hand side. You can see the output. So it's quite old one, but still a lot of relevant website for learning from the beginning. Okay, so W3 school. And I've also mentioned the YouTube channels, the programming with Mosh, the New Boston is maybe old YouTube channel for a lot of youngsters who might have not seen, but a lot of people like me have learned the web development by watching the New Boston YouTube channel. That also I'll be link in the description. Please check them out. Okay, this is how you learn HTML and CSS. So out of 1 month, whatever we have, spend one complete week. So this is a time where you complete dedicating 1 month for this. If for example 8 hours a day, if you're not able to dedicate 8 hours, you do the math for yourself. So spend at least 1 week, 5 to 7 days completely for HTML and CSS. Okay, now let's go to the next topic. That's the JavaScript. See, one of the very important aspect of JavaScript is JavaScript is not a language like you think. If you're from a C++, Java background, there things work the way you think, but JavaScript is not like that. JavaScript is a single-threaded interpreted programming language. Even people who are developing JavaScript, working with JavaScript for years, will struggle to guess certain outputs because JavaScript doesn't behave the way you expect it to behave. Okay, so spend a lot of good time in learning the JavaScript. My advice. So now first week you have spent on learning base of HTML and CSS. Now spend the next 1 week to 10 days just for learning the JavaScript itself. Okay, where you start from extreme basics, if, for, switch, all of that, they are very straightforward, same like any other languages, but you also need to spend good amount of time on understanding the crux. Like if it's a single threaded language, how it is able to perform the asynchronous activity, what is hoisting, what is currying, what are closures, all those things you need to learn quite well before you start learning the React.js. Okay, because these are the something that makes you prepared for the interview that you're going to apply after 30 days. Okay, now, so what are the best sites to learn the JavaScript? Again, my official recommendation is mozilla.org. All the things are very, very clearly documented in mozilla.org. So my advice is please check out mozilla.org, read from the beginning. Okay, next is again W3 school. Here also you get a lot of information about the learning the JavaScript. Again, you can learn by practicing. And next is the YouTube channel. Again, I would recommend programming with Mosh for learning the basics of JavaScript. Don't worry, I'll be linking his exact URL where you can practice in my description section. So go ahead and watch particular tutorial to master the JavaScript. But even after learning the basics of JavaScript, you cannot answer all the interview questions. Okay, for that what you have to do is you need to watch my YouTube channel, Uncommon Geeks, and I have made 30 plus videos. Okay, uh, so this one, front-end developer interview using JavaScript, this is a 30 plus video series where I clearly explain all the different topics, like brush up, what are promises and what are the questions that are asked in the interview. So by watching this particular series, you can brush up all your important JavaScript interview skills. Okay, so now again I'm saying, in case if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel Uncommon Geeks, please subscribe. As you can see, I have 100 plus videos to make you a front-end developer expert. Okay, so please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and spread the word among yourselves, among your friends. Okay, now, so let's say now you have spent close to 17 to 20 days where you spent on learning base of HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. Okay, next what you need to do next is TypeScript. So if I made this video 2 years back, I would have not asked you to learn the TypeScript, but currently TypeScript, more than 60 to 70% of JavaScript developers, any front-end developers, are not using JavaScript itself. They're all using TypeScript. Okay, so I think now it's a really need to learn the TypeScript, but I don't recommend you spending a lot of time on it. Spend just 3 to 4 days on learning the TypeScript. The reason for that is TypeScript is not something a new language, it's just a superset of the JavaScript. Okay, so everything that is valid in JavaScript valid in TypeScript also. Okay, it just like makes you the project more organized. So I've linked the official documentations to typescriptlang.org and WT3 rules. So go to these websites. I've listed also the video channels where you can go and check. If you have a time, go and check out the videos. If not, just spend 2 to 3 days on learning the basics of the TypeScript in these websites. Okay, now we have done with our 20-day schedule already. Let's left with last 10 days. For the last 10 days, let's purely focus on the React.js aspect. Okay, where first thing is how to start getting into React.js. My official recommendation, my personal recommendation is start by reading the reactjs.org website. Okay, that's my personal advice. Don't just directly jump into something else, some other tutorials or something. First, start reading the official documentation, reactjs.org. Okay, next, again, you can spend little more time on the W3 schools, and then you can spend some more time on the free code camp. I'm going to link one particular article of free code camp in the description section, where in that particular article they have summarized a lot of material that you can leverage for learning the React. But my official recommendation for learning the React is reading the reactjs.org, and one of my favorite YouTuber, he's Vishwas from Code Evolution channel. Okay, so please please go through his YouTube video series to learn React. Very, very clearly as explained, a good voice, very clear explanation. If you watch a series, you will understand the concept to the depth, not just for working, even for also the interview preparation. This is the best channel that I would recommend. Next is Dipesh Malvia. I think he is an engineer who worked in India before, now he's abroad. He also made very good React content. I would highly recommend you go and watch his series. So both Vishwas and Dipesh Malvia should be your top priority in learning the React. Also, you can go with the programming with Mosh. Here I've kept programming with Mosh little down because there are a lot of native Indian audience who are not so comfortable in learning in English. So these guys, Code Evolution, Dipesh Malvia, talk an English accent of like native English accent, like they talk like Indian language, so you might relate very quickly than the programming with Mosh. Okay, so these are the right material for you to learn React.js. Wasn't you showed the right materials? Now how much time to spend on it? My simple advice: spend at least good 10 days just for the React.js. Okay, first 5 days you understand the basics by watching Code Evolution channel. Next 5 days you start making very simple projects like to do app, maybe counter application, all of that in the next 5 days. And so this will almost complete your 30 days, overall 30 days. And every time whenever you're thinking like you're done with certain thing, make a project and publish it in the GitHub repository. Okay, so that you can showcase whenever you are being interviewed. Now we have learned HTML and CSS 1 week. Next 10 days React.js. Next 10 days JavaScript. Next 2 to 3 days TypeScript. Next 10 days the React.js. I will be linking all the information required for learning this in my description section. You can go and check out my official recommendations. Okay. Now, Vasanth, we have done all this. And what is next? Okay. Next, which is not very, very required, is the system design. Okay. So if you're a fresher, definitely system design is not something that will be asked in the interview. But for you to crack a lot of interview in it, you might require basic knowledge of system design. So there are only 2 channels in YouTube that I recommend for learning the system design. One is Engineering Chirag. He's an engineer at Microsoft, has made tremendously wonderful series. Okay, I'm just opening Chirag Goyal. So just watch this particular series, front end system design. Check the system design. Very, very nicely explained. Not just you learn the system design, you learn lot of aspects of React.js in the front end development by watching 1 or 2 his videos. So I would recommend. Second thing, again, I would recommend my system design, Uncommon Geeks system design. You can see 6 videos I've made. I've explained YouTube, Google Docs, and how book my show, a lot of other system design, how they work very much in depth. So these are the 2. How I recommend this is, don't watch this on priority. Whenever you're feeling bored of your regular practice, so spend some time in learning these skills. System design, 1 or 2 videos every week. You can watch 1 video. So in 1 month you'll watch 3 to 4 videos. That should be more than sufficient, where each video will be generally of a length of 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, now Vasant, chalo, everything you taught us, like how to read, how to learn the React, how to make a sample projects, how to put it on GitHub, all of that. Now, very, very important aspect is, how do I get a job? Because the ultimate aim of learning all this is just to get a job, for most at least, correct? So my advice is like this. So if you are someone who is fresher or pre-final year and you already finished my 30-day course that I asked you to do, the best thing that you can do is apply for internship. The best site for applying the internship is Internshala. Okay, as you can see here, my personal recommendation for learning the applying for the internship is the Internshala. Okay, a beautiful curated website from the time when I finished engineering, even now it stands relevant for a lot of internships, paid and unpaid as well. Okay, next, let's say you're already working you're just a junior developer who has like 1 year of experience, not specifically into front end, but want to get into front end. So then Naukri, Monster are the best sites for you to apply with a 1 year experience as a front end developer. Okay, now let's say you are a fresher or who are having 4 to 5 years of experience in some other domain and want to get into IT industry. My best advice for you is look out in the Hirist. Okay, hirist.com and the InstaHire. InstaHire is quite only for the premium roles. Let's say you're already working in a Google in non-technical and want to switch into technical, such kind of scenarios you can look out in the InstaHire. Okay, and my all-time favorite for looking the job in the startup is AngelList. Okay, basically this website is kind of dedicated for all the aspects of the startup. So if you're somebody who's very much inclined towards working for startup, I would highly advise go ahead and check out the AngelList. And one last thing, but is one of the quickest way to get a job in irrespective of what is your domain, what is your experience, and what you have done in the past, anything, is LinkedIn. Okay, I recently crossed 15.5k followers on LinkedIn. So in case if you're not followed me on LinkedIn, please follow. I write a lot of actively I write about a lot of front end and interview preparation on LinkedIn. Why I say LinkedIn is very, very important is you find all professionals on LinkedIn, that senior managers, recruiters, technical recruiters, consultants, all of them who you can connect personally and look out for the opportunities. Okay, so in 1 month of period, whenever you are preparing, at least get a connection of 500 to 1000 of HRs and the technical managers across various different companies where you potentially want to work. So when you are done with your 30 days preparation, you can approach them and ask them, how can you get a job for me in a different company? So 10 out of 9 might reject, at least one will respond to you, and use that particular response for betterment of your future. Okay, have a patience. So hunting a job is not that easy, especially when you change the domain or starting your career. Okay, have a patience, but definitely you will get a good job. Yeah, so this is all I wanted to tell about the how to become React.js developer in 2023. In case if you have any question regarding this, please mention that in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer you, or if it's a very, very important topic, then I'll try to make a video on that and I'll explain you separately. Okay, thank you so much for watching. In case if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel to get more such information regarding the front end and the interview preparation, and press the bell icon. If you like this video, please like the video and comment. If you like and comment, the video becomes popular and I'll be able to reach a lot of audience quickly, and my aim of helping the candidate to clear the interview becomes very easy. Okay, and I will be putting all the information and the presentation in my GitHub repository. Link I'll put in the description section. Please go ahead and download it, start my GitHub project, follow me on Medium. I actively write in the Medium. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in next video.